Every year, thousands of older adults in the US wake up feeling weaker than the year before, even if they eat well. Legs feel heavy, joints ache just from walking to the kitchen, and stairs feel like mountains. By age 60, we begin losing up to 8% of our muscle each decade, and more than 1/3 of adults over 65 will fall at least once this year. Most turn to eggs, protein shakes, or meat, hoping to get stronger. But the truth is, strength after 60 needs more than just protein. It needs collagen, the protein that holds your joints and muscles together. And that's exactly what's missing in most American diets. Meanwhile, in Japan, elderly people eat something completely different. Cheap, sticky, even a little smelly, but powerful. A traditional food that helps 92-year-olds still garden, carry groceries, and walk unaided. Today, I'll show you what it is, how it works, and how you can use it to rebuild your strength. Naturally, gently, the Japanese way. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from? And what time is it for you right now? Please let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Why eating eggs after 60 still leaves you weak? You've probably heard it your whole life. Eat more protein to stay strong. And for many people, that means eggs for breakfast, maybe a little chicken or fish at lunch, and some lean meat for dinner. But here's the reality that surprises most people after 60. Even with all that protein, your muscles may still shrink and your joints may still ache. Why? Because after age 60, something deeper begins to change. Not just how much protein we eat, but how our bodies process and rebuild with it. The truth is, muscle strength isn't built by protein alone. It also depends on something that's often left out of the conversation: collagen. Collagen isn't just a beauty buzzword. It's the glue that holds your body together. It keeps your skin firm. Yes, but more importantly, it keeps your joints cushioned, tendons elastic, and muscles supported from within. And after 60, our natural collagen production drops sharply by as much as 1% each year. That's why even a simple walk or lifting a grocery bag can start to feel harder. Now here's the tricky part. Most of the protein in foods like eggs, dairy, or meat is not collagen-based. It helps with general repair, but it doesn't rebuild connective tissue or joint structure the way collagen can. That's why some people, maybe even you, do everything right, but still feel their strength slipping. Let me tell you about Mr. Robert, 68 years old, living in Arizona. He eats 3 meals a day, includes eggs and lean meat, and even walks every morning. Yet for the last few years, he's noticed his legs feel slower, his knees click when he stands up, and he tires more easily after short walks. His doctor says everything looks fine, but Robert knows something's changing. What's missing in Robert's diet, and in most Western diets, is collagen-rich foods. Not supplements, not powders, but natural sources that actually help rebuild strength where it matters most. Inside the joints, the muscles, and the connective tissue that holds everything together. And here's the hopeful part. While collagen declines with age, your body can still make it if you give it the right building blocks. The Japanese approach to strength. After 60, walk through a quiet neighborhood in rural Japan early in the morning, and you might spot an elderly man tending his small vegetable garden, or a woman in her 80s calmly sweeping her doorstep. Their movements are slow but strong. Their backs are straight. Their steps are steady. What's their secret? It's not just good genes or lucky DNA. It's how they nourish their bodies every single day, starting with something called shokuiku. Shokuiku is more than just a word. It's a cultural philosophy that means food education. From a young age, Japanese people are taught to think of food not as fuel, but as something that directly shapes the health of your body and mind, especially as you age. Unlike in many parts of the West, where the focus is on calories or grams of protein, the Japanese approach is about balance, variety, and purpose. Elders in Japan rarely eat for quantity. They eat for function. And one of the most important functions after 60 is repairing what time has slowly taken away: collagen. Now, they don't talk about collagen as a trend or a supplement. They don't drink it in flashy powders or pills. Instead, they get it the traditional way, from whole foods that support the body's ability to create and maintain collagen naturally. You won't often find scrambled eggs or bacon on their breakfast plates. Instead, they might start their day with a bowl of miso soup, a handful of small dried fish, and something that might surprise you: a sticky, stringy, fermented soybean dish called natto. Before we dive into natto in the next section, let's understand why the Japanese way works so well. First, their meals are built around small portions of collagen-rich or collagen-supporting foods: fish skin, chicken with bone and skin on, seaweed, and fermented items. They're not trying to overload the body with protein. They're gently supporting it with exactly what it needs to stay strong, flexible, and balanced. Second, they eat mindfully. Meals are quiet. The food is chewed slowly. It's eaten while seated on the floor, legs gently folded. This simple posture keeps their hips and knees flexible through the years. And finally, they eat with intention. A small piece of fish isn't just dinner, it's nourishment for the joints. A bowl of soup isn't just comfort, it's hydration and minerals for the bones. It's a different relationship with food, one that honors aging instead of fighting it, one that supports the body rather than forcing it to keep up. And perhaps that's why a 75-year-old in Okinawa can walk farther, garden longer, and recover faster from small injuries than many 60-year-olds in the West. Natto, the fermented collagen superfood that powers Japanese longevity. At first glance, natto might not look like a miracle food. It's a small bowl of sticky, slimy fermented soybeans, often with long, stringy threads that stretch from chopstick to bowl. The smell? Earthy, strong, sometimes even off-putting to those unfamiliar. But don't let appearances fool you. This humble dish has been a daily staple for millions of Japanese elders for centuries, and it may hold the secret to stronger joints, better balance, and longer independence well into your 80s and beyond. So what makes natto so powerful? Let's start with the fermentation. Natto is made by fermenting soybeans with a special bacteria called Bacillus subtilis natto. This process breaks down the soybeans and unlocks a treasure trove of nutrients that are easy for aging bodies to absorb. It's rich in plant-based protein, yes, but more importantly, natto is packed with vitamin K2, an essential nutrient that helps calcium go where it belongs, into your bones, not your arteries. This is crucial after 60, when bones become more fragile and joints more sensitive. But what truly sets natto apart is its unique compound called nattokinase. This natural enzyme has been shown in studies to support circulation, reduce inflammation, and even protect the inner lining of blood vessels. Better circulation means better delivery of collagen-building nutrients to your muscles and joints. Now here's where the collagen connection comes in. While natto doesn't contain collagen directly like animal sources do, it works like a support system for your body's collagen production. It helps reduce chronic inflammation, one of the biggest destroyers of collagen. It improves gut health, so you absorb nutrients better. And its rich amino acid profile gives your body the building blocks it needs to make collagen naturally. Japanese elders don't think of natto as medicine. It's just breakfast. In many traditional households, especially in regions like Kansai and Tohoku, the day begins with a small serving of natto, stirred until frothy, mixed with mustard or soy sauce, and served over warm rice. Some add chopped green onions or even raw egg yolk for added nutrients. It's a slow ritual, a quiet moment, and it's repeated every single morning. Let me tell you about Mrs. Tanaka, an 87-year-old from a town near Kyoto. She still wakes up before sunrise, stretches quietly on her tatami mat, then makes her way to the kitchen where a small bowl of natto waits. She's been eating it since childhood. She says it keeps her knees soft and her fingers nimble for weaving fabrics, her lifelong craft. Western diets rarely include foods like this. We're taught to fear sticky, strong-smelling, unfamiliar dishes. But Mrs. Tanaka, and millions like her, embrace them because they know what your body needs isn't always pretty or popular. And perhaps that's the real wisdom of natto. It's not about trends or convenience. It's about quiet, consistent care. About choosing nourishment over indulgence. About honoring your body by giving it what truly helps, day after day. So, can you eat natto in the US? Yes. Many Asian grocery stores carry it in the freezer section. It takes just 1 to 2 minutes to prepare, and while the taste might take some getting used to, many people find that with time and with the benefits they begin to feel, it becomes a beloved part of their morning. A real story. The 92-year-old Okinawan woman who still gardens every morning high in the hills of Okinawa, where the morning mist clings gently to the trees and time seems to slow down, lives a woman named Chio-san. She's 92 years old. Her hair is white and wispy, tucked neatly beneath a wide straw hat. And every morning, without fail, she walks down a narrow dirt path to tend her garden. No cane, no walker, just her straw sandals, a quiet smile, and a small woven basket for herbs and greens. Her neighbors say she's lived the same way for decades, growing her own food, cooking her meals from scratch, and never skipping breakfast. And at the heart of that breakfast, you guessed it, natto. She stirs it slowly, just the way her mother taught her, until it's foamy and light. She adds a dash of soy sauce, some freshly chopped scallions from the garden, and eats it with a bowl of rice and miso soup. Nothing fancy, nothing processed, just real food eaten with care. Chio-san doesn't talk much about health, but her body speaks for her. Her hands are steady enough to trim bonsai trees. Her legs are strong enough to squat for hours while picking vegetables. Her mind is clear, her laughter warm, her posture straight. When asked how she's managed to stay so vibrant, she said something simple: "I eat what keeps me soft and moving. I don't rush. I take care of my mornings." That idea, taking care of your mornings, feels especially important after 60. The first meal of your day isn't just breakfast. It's a message to your body. You're still worth nourishing. You're still rebuilding. You still matter. In Okinawa, this message is repeated daily in tiny ways. Natto on rice. A few stretches in the sunlight. Walking barefoot through the garden. All of it keeps the body flexible and the spirit grounded. Chio-san's story isn't rare in Japan. In fact, Okinawa is one of the world's blue zones, places where people live significantly longer, healthier lives than average. And it's not because they avoid aging. It's because they embrace it with rituals that support them gently through each stage. Natural collagen. Why the Japanese don't rely on pills. If you walk into a health store in the US today, you'll see shelves lined with collagen powders, capsules, and drinks, promising smoother skin, stronger joints, and better mobility. But in Japan, especially among the older generations, you'll rarely see anyone reaching for a collagen supplement. Instead, they go to their kitchens. Because for them, collagen isn't something to buy. It's something to nurture, using ingredients that have stood the test of time. Let's take a closer look at how. In traditional Japanese cooking, collagen is part of the meal itself. It comes from simmered fish bones, soft pieces of chicken skin, slow-cooked beef tendons, and broth made from seaweed and miso. These foods aren't trendy. They're woven into daily life, passed down through generations. One of the most common sources is fish skin, especially from salmon or mackerel. While most people discard the skin, Japanese elders know that it's rich in type I collagen, the kind most important for skin, bones, and tendons. Grilled until crisp or simmered in miso broth, it becomes a simple, delicious way to nourish the joints. Another beloved source is beef tendon stew, called gyusuji nikomi. It's a humble dish, tough tendons cooked low and slow until they become soft and gelatinous, full of flavor, full of collagen, and deeply satisfying on cold mornings. But perhaps the quiet hero of Japanese collagen nourishment is the miso soup. This warm, comforting bowl often includes ingredients like dried anchovies, tofu, wakame seaweed, and even bits of fish or chicken skin. When simmered gently, these elements release collagen and minerals that support joint repair and muscle health. And because miso is fermented, it also supports gut health, making it easier for your body to use the nutrients you give it. Now here's why this matters. Collagen supplements, while helpful for some, often pass through the digestive system without being fully absorbed, especially in older adults with slower digestion. But when you get collagen from whole, slow-cooked foods, it comes with enzymes, minerals, and cofactors that help your body recognize and rebuild more effectively. And it's not just about the food itself, it's about how it's eaten. In Japan, meals are quiet. Chewing is slow and intentional. Broths are sipped gently, allowing warmth to reach the belly and support digestion. These little habits create the perfect environment for collagen to be absorbed, distributed, and put to use where it's needed most: your knees, hips, shoulders, and spine. Let me share a simple example you can try at home. Start your morning with a cup of homemade broth. Add a few pieces of soft fish or chicken skin, a spoonful of miso, and some seaweed flakes. Sip it slowly, with no rush. Feel how it warms your core. Over time, this quiet routine can become a source of strength, not just comfort. You don't need expensive powders or pills. What you need is consistency. Small, natural sources of collagen, repeated daily, can make a real difference, especially when combined with movement and rest. How to combine natto and collagen in a Japanese-style breakfast. You don't need to live in Japan or be a chef to start your day the way many long-lived Japanese elders do. In fact, with just a few simple ingredients and a gentle shift in how you approach breakfast, you can begin giving your joints, muscles, and bones exactly what they need to thrive. Let's walk through a traditional Japanese-style collagen breakfast adapted for a Western kitchen. At the heart of it is natto, of course. You can find it frozen in many Asian supermarkets in the US. It usually comes in small styrofoam containers with 2 packets, one for soy sauce and one for mustard. Once thawed, all you do is open it, stir the beans vigorously until they become sticky and frothy. This activates enzymes, and pour in the sauce. You can enjoy it as is or place it gently over warm rice. To balance the flavor and ease digestion, most Japanese elders add seed scallions, raw egg yolk, optional, or even a small spoonful of kimchi. The combination may sound unusual, but it's deeply nourishing, rich in enzymes, probiotics, and collagen-supporting amino acids. Next comes the miso soup. You don't need a fancy recipe. Start with hot water and mix in white or red miso paste, also available at most Asian markets. Add ingredients like soft tofu, seaweed, green onions, or even leftover fish skin or bones. Let it simmer gently for a few minutes. This warm, mineral-rich soup not only supports your digestion, it also provides natural collagen and hydration, especially important first thing in the morning. Some older Japanese also add a small side of grilled fish, particularly salmon with the skin on, or dried sardines that have been lightly pan-fried. These are full of collagen, healthy fats, and calcium without relying on supplements. Now here's something often overlooked. How you eat this meal matters just as much as what's on the plate. In Japan, breakfast is often eaten seated on the floor, legs folded gently beneath the body. This position not only stretches the knees and hips, it encourages slower, more mindful eating. Meals are quiet. No screens, no rush, just time to chew, breathe, and let the body wake up with warmth and calm. This slower pace helps stimulate digestive enzymes, making it easier for your body to absorb nutrients like vitamin K2, collagen, and minerals from the food. And here's the good news. You don't need to copy this routine perfectly to benefit. Even adding one small element, a cup of miso soup, a few spoonfuls of natto, or grilled fish with the skin, can begin to shift your body's collagen balance. Over time, your knees might ache less. You may feel steadier when you stand, and perhaps most importantly, you'll start the day with intentional nourishment, not just habit. Gentle morning movements that help collagen reach your joints and muscles. Even the best foods need a little help reaching the places that matter, your knees, hips, shoulders. And that help comes from gentle movement, especially in the morning. In Japan, elders often begin their day not with a workout, but with a quiet ritual of movement. Simple actions, slow breathing, nothing forced. You can start with the slow stand. Sit in a sturdy chair, feet flat, gently rise. Then lower yourself back down 5 times. This helps activate your thighs and hips, bringing blood flow to your joints. Then try heel lifts. Stand behind the chair, rise onto your toes, hold for a few seconds, then lower. This supports your calves and ankles and improves balance. Finally, raise your arms overhead as you breathe in. Lower slowly as you breathe out. This simple stretch opens your chest, improves oxygen flow, and supports the collagen your body is now ready to use. Think of this as watering the seeds you planted with your breakfast. Your natto, your miso, your broth, they're powerful. But movement is what helps them take root and grow. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just 5 quiet minutes. A small promise to your body. I'm still here. I still care. If you've made it this far, I want to say thank you. Thank you for showing up for yourself, for staying curious, for believing that your body, no matter your age, is still capable of strength, of movement, of healing. What we've shared today isn't a quick fix. It's something quieter, deeper, and far more powerful. A way of living. 1 bowl of warm soup, 1 spoonful of natto, one gentle stretch at a time. Whether you're 60, 70, or 90, your body still listens to how you care for it. And with small, loving habits, it responds, slowly, softly, but surely. So tomorrow morning, try one new thing. A bowl of miso broth, a mindful heel raise, a quiet moment with your breakfast. Let it become a rhythm, a reminder. You're not powerless, you're still growing. And as always, I'd love to hear from you. What part of today's video inspired you most? Please share in the comments. I truly read every one. And if this brought you peace or hope, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more ahead. Disclaimer. Health information on YouTube is not medical advice. Always consult your doctor before making dietary or lifestyle changes. If you believe you need emergency care, contact your physician or local emergency number immediately.